stand, sitting in the 8th seed with an 8-2 record. And with RIT losing, Delaware putting up a dub here could really start moving up the tables. This is a really important game for both of our squads.
It's massively important, right? And for example, Siena, right? They're looking to potentially get ahead of Delaware, right? You know, I don't think they can do it today. Yep. It's not differential,
no. Right.
But they can get closer. They can definitely get closer.
Well, and then you have the head-to-head goes in Siena's favor if they win this matchup, in case it does come to some sort of tie at the end. But there's also a confidence thing. There's a bragging rights of and the I don't even want to say ego. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Really?
No, confidence and egos might have just got blown to smithereens right off the kickoff. As Human L is able to get that one in there, just barely squeaks in that shot. What a 4 seconds.
Good start for Delaware, I guess. Good start for Delaware.
Now the Siena going on the attack. Atlas, formerly known as Dragon on this pitch, and Siena, they lost one of their star players in Honda. Honda ended up transferring as we learned last week, maybe the week before last. But that was something that really hurt their squad. And Six was talking about it's taken them a little bit to readjust because Honda was such a big presence, but they were able to put up the win against Iona, which was a super important victory, and are starting to get in their rhythm with their new starting three. And Atlas being the one who has stepped up to fill those big, giant shoes here for Siena College.
Yeah, I mean, it's not difficult, you know, they have lost players, you know, recently, right? And, you know, they're now in a situation where they're 1-0 down at the start, right? A situation that, you know, every team's been in. But who's going to get them through that situation? Who's the real leader here? I know Six is a great leader, a great personality. Maybe Six is the player to watch. It's going to be the player to rally their troops, make something happen for this Siena team.
When it's Six going up, protecting the wall, and making the big save. That is Six on both sides of the attack, shutting it down. What a play defensively to read everybody on the defense. And that was the calculations meme, just numbers popping up all over Six's car as they're able to get just in the right spot. Demo here, Six is going to open intercept Vixa. No opportunity for a shot on that one. And a great defensive showing from Siena College here in this last little bit. But they got to get out of their own zone. Delaware have been putting on a lot of pressure. Finally, it starts to go the other way into the goal. Half Jobster! Oh, that was a pixel away from going in. Stellar with the last second save.
Getting ready to talk about that goal because Six had a really good pass in there, a really important save earlier. Siena are starting to grow into this game one. Despite that early goal for Delaware, and they haven't really used it to their advantage.
No, and it feels like that just kind of angered Siena College. Vixa had an opportunity there, but the captain of the Saints is able to hold on, win out that ball. Now Jobster goes underneath. Ooh, almost beat two defenders. Human L just gets to it in time as that shot split the defense right down the middle. Vixen's going to win out the ball over the top, but Jobster's already in rotation. Good moves, good rotations from the defense in general, and they're just going to push this one aside. So far, nothing coming to this attack out of University of Delaware. Six with a good touch. Stellar is forced to the outside. Six protects that near post, and Jobster's going to get the clear.
This game really interesting because I think both these teams are very equal in pacing, very equal in how fast they want to play the game, equal in mechanics, equal in play style, equal in practically the standings. You know, very close, these teams. What a save!
Oh, goodness. What a robbery, highway robbery. MPB out on Six. They've just stolen a goal away from University of Delaware. Now it's going back into the other side. Six is going to try to center it over to Atlas. Had a lot of oomph on it, and he gets away from Atlas a little bit. Nice move, and Six isn't going to allow any quick goals going the other way. Stellar pushes one into the corner. Moves back around, gets the touch, pass over to Human L. Has Vixa on the outside. Vixa is going to push it back in off the backboard, looking for the shot here. Stellar kind of floats it up. I think was hoping Vixa might be able to get a follow-up touch on it, but no dice, and the ball falls back down again, but it's still in front of the net. Stellar misses that one, trying to get the pinch down. And it's back to the defense for University of Delaware, having to walk away with nothing doing. Vixa Okay, just shoots across the pitch to try to keep the aggression on. Still can't convert that into shots.
Really interesting game. As I said, both these teams very equal. They're matching each other pace for pace, 50 for 50, touch for touch. It's so close between these two teams. And you know what's separating them right now? That goal off kickoff, 7 seconds in is the difference so far. Yeah, a little bit fortunate, but it's what's separating these two teams right now. And Siena have a chance. Oh no!
Oh, Jobster, I think got a little anxious on that one. Six had the angle, and Jobster tried to force something to happen, pushed it all the way back into the corner, and that 1-0 lead has stood ever since the 4:53 mark, now with a mere 18 seconds remaining. Humanel's going to get the touch. Siena trying to find some way to muscle it into the gold half here in the final seconds of game one. Could be a trendsetter game in this series that is sure to be as close as this opener has been. 0 seconds. Six has to make a save, no opportunity for a 0-second goal, no opportunity for comeback. And that 7-second goal is the only one that we will see in game number one.
Really enjoyed that game one. I really did. It was really defensively astute from both teams. Both teams were really going for it, right? They had good desire, especially in the midfield, to win the ball back, get some chances going. Both teams had a lot of shots as well. You guys see 8 for Delaware and just 2 for Siena, it looks, but the 2 chances that Siena had were quality, right? They probably should have scored both of them. Stella made a really good save. I mean, Jobster, I think, probably should have scored or left it for 6. I think 6 has also been really sharp defensively for them. So, both teams, they've turned up tonight, and that can only mean good things for us, to Kaz, good things for everyone watching as well.
Quality Rocket League, that's what we're all about. On any place of the pitch, whether you're on the field playing, we're sitting here in the comfort of our casting booth and getting enjoyed, or y'all at home just hanging out with us and enjoying this fantastic game right along with us. Everybody is a winner when games are that close and that tight between these two teams that are separated by 1 win. Is the only thing that divides these two teams in the 2 rankings that they currently hold. Ball into the corner. Stellar trying to get it out of there. Keeping an L. Grabs a mega and moves up. Nice little move. Get it over the midfield line. Ball goes sailing a bit though, losing control. Looks like Siena might be able to do something with it. Stellar getting the touch. Nice little back pass, but the 50 is won by Siena College. And now Six is able to take it into the gold half. Delaware moving back to defend and doing a good job of it. As they just shut that down. A long shot, and nobody can make it in time. Stellar with the long distance goal again. An early advantage here for University of Delaware.
That's so unfortunate. You maybe expect Siena to get a save there. I mean, it's a good quality shot, but with the quality of Siena's players, maybe you get a save there. But it's just me, or can anyone else feel the nervous tension? Right, the ball's bouncing around a lot. Both teams aren't really hyper committing to everything, but they're also committing to everything. They're going for every ball. Both of these teams, they know they need a win. They've probably seen the RIT result, right? They probably know this is our chance to get up the table. This is our time to be a top team in EGF and prove it with the standings, with the results. Both these teams really need a win. Both these teams really want to win as well. Both teams really going at it. I could not be happier at the start of this series. Both teams matching each other's tempo. I mean, any alterations both these teams can make. I mean, one could try and go a little bit more aggressive, try and force their opponents to be a little bit more reactive, and that might be the shot. And Six with the save.
His third, just massive. How did you do that save of the series? And we're only 7 minutes into this series. Fix it up top, gets shut down by Atlas, and well, Six loses out in that battle against Humanel, and that proves to be disastrous as Humanel is able to get it over to Stellar and get the second goal. And these have been some low-scoring games. And that was Humanel to Vixa to Stellar. Fantastic play on the offense.
2-0, right? Siena haven't scored in this series yet. They haven't got a goal, and that's probably the only critique I have of them in this series. They haven't scored. They've had a couple of chances, a couple of really good chances in both game 1 and game 2, but no goals, right? Yeah, this is about to be the silliest comment you'll hear from me on broadcast, but you cannot win a game if you don't score goals.
What's the classic line? The team that scores the most points is the one that's going to win the game.
It's true though, right? You don't score, you don't win, right? They've got to start taking their chances.
That is technically correct. Absolutely. But I mean, I think it's the defense. The defense from Siena has been outstanding. Just not really able to put anything together in the offensive end just yet. There's been some wonderful attempts. You can see the plays they're trying to set up. You know, smart position, smart rotations, good communication, but just getting outpowered a little bit offensively so far at the start of this series. Jobster looking to turn that around, but just drives it right into Stellar. Easy read, and Stellar defends it beautifully. Atlas trying to win the 50, but the backup is there. University of Delaware going to put it off that backboard. 6 knows better. Does not let that ball bounce in front, and now chases it all the way down. Trying to take matters into his own hands. 6 is fighting for this thing in the corner, but it eventually gets out-muscled. And it's right back into the green half. Goes the ball, and goes University of Delaware right along with it.
I feel like these are going to be two playoff teams near the end of the season. They look so sharp. They look like they're at it today. Siena, again, though, no goals. They need someone to step up. They need someone just have an individual moment of brilliance that gets them into the game, gets them fired up, gets them more invested. I mean, they already look invested, but they need that little bit of extra hope. I'm really looking at 6. They're the leader of this team. I believe they're the captain. They've been really good defensively. They've been making really good plays. Can they go the extra mile?
A great move from Jobster to get it down to the other half. 6 gets that one sent away. No development off that play, but 6 is still working with it. The tenacity is there. A good touch. Goes all the way past the defense, though, and scrambling back to regain control. Well, Atlas manages to do so. And Siena are back on the attack, but still just cannot get much in the way of shots out of it. We're looking at, I don't feel like there's been more than 2 shots for Siena this entire. We see Jobster has 1. 6 doesn't have any. Well, we're looking at 5 shots from Stellar in this series. Humanel able to put up their 4th shot and their first goal. It's going to increase this lead to 3, and can't help but feel these odds are getting insurmountable for game 2.
Good finish from Humanel. It's right back across the players. They're coming across the goal. They're obviously going to assume Humanel takes it into the other corner. It's across them. It's a really good goal from Humanel. 3-0 in game 2. I think I speak for everyone when I say that, you know, this isn't a 3-0 scoreline, but that is an important moment in this series. I mean, you may look at it, you know, 3-1, you know, probably insurmountable here in game 2 to get back into it. What is it, Boston? It's a goal. We haven't seen a goal from Siena in this series. There's proof that it can happen. They just find the right spaces and they take their chances. Maybe even take more shots. We need more of those goals.
And there's a little last-second adjustment. So the Jobster in the last second is able to spike it down off the ground. And there's an immediate answer back. As Delaware is like, no, we like our lead at 3. We will take that right back. But those little adjustments, University of Delaware have been doing that all day long. And the Fighting Blue Hens are firmly in control, not only of game 2, but of this series.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to kind of think about what's leading to that control, because both teams are playing very proactively. Both teams have had the ball a lot, you know, and we've seen both teams, you know, give it a fair go defensively. So what's causing this control? I think they're just having more shots. I think they're just popping more shots from range, and Siena can't really match them.
It has been a significant amount of shots coming out. I'm taking a wild guess. I mean, like 12-2 right now, maybe 12-3.
Something like that.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. How close was I, production? 13. I was doing math. 13-2. I mean, I was pretty close. That's pretty close off a pure eye test. But I mean, it wasn't that hard to deduce. I mean, it was a good guess, but the overall standing of it, the overwhelming amount of shots. I mean, you can see how long the Fighting Blue Hens have been living in the green half, particularly there in game 2, and a resounding victory. That one did not look nearly as close as game 1 in any stretch of the imagination.
I think Delaware kind of ran away with it. You know, at points, you know, they took their chances well. Siena were still pretty strong defensively, but again, I think I need to see more offensive value, more shots, you know, 2 shots in a game. And again, this contested when, you know, Siena have had a lot of the ball. Both teams have had a good amount of the ball, Bosgang, right? So why are we not getting shots? Why are we not getting chances? That's the real question. Are our passing plays going wrong, or are we just not shooting for some reason? I think it's the latter, to be honest. I think Siena just need to take more shots, put Delaware on the back foot a little bit more. I think both teams are playing fast, good Rocket League. Both teams are playing proactive Rocket League. I just don't think that Siena is taking those natural steps to win a game, taking shots, putting your opponents under pressure, forcing them to make saves. I think that might be the difference. That's why the control is there for Delaware.
Well, and it's not unusual to see Siena win matches where they have fewer shots. This is kind of part of their style. They do a lot in the setup phase, but Delaware's not letting any of those setups work out. They're not letting any of that pan out. And we typically see more shots than 2. When I say win with fewer shots, I don't mean winning games with only 2 shots for the entirety of the game, which was the shot total for not only game 2, but game 1 as well. So the defense of Delaware doing a fantastic job of not letting this offense develop the way it wants to, not getting thrown off by passing plays, by the positioning. And the defense from Siena didn't hold up nearly as tight. The aggression continues to mount, as we're seeing here. 3 shots back to back to back. Eventually, the defense breaks down, and Vixa opens up with a goal here in game number 3.
You know what I think it is, right? We're seeing both of these teams. I mean, when I look at Delaware, not only are they not conceding goals, they're not conceding chances, they're not conceding shots, exactly. Right? They're not giving those spaces to Siena. They're being very respectful of their opponents. I also think that Siena are also being very respectful of their opponents, but maybe too respectful. They're giving them a lot of space, and I think that might be the difference, right? Delaware should not be getting this much space.
And look, I mean, you see 2 of them right in front of the net here. It looked like the defense of Siena was kind of clustered up in front of the net. Oh, Atlas is coming out for 1. Off the top crossbar goes that shot. I thought that one had a real chance. 6 in Stellar's face, backs off a little bit. One player just goes flying off to Mars. Atlas gets a touch, but the ball is still in the corner. Humanel is able to just wait patiently for it. Has Stellar on the outside. Stellar's gonna put that off the backboard, but with a lot of oomph, and it bounces all the way back to midfield. That heavy-handed approach might come back to bite him, but defense so far hanging on for the Fighting Blue Hens.
It's important to note, 1-0, this is definitely attainable for Siena, right? I've got to go with this series, but the way the series is going, you just don't think it's going to go the way of Siena, right? Even at 1-0, even if Siena have good spells with the ball, good possession, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be their day.
Vixa closing the tight angle. There was much to work with there at all, and Vixa makes it happen. Atlas and 6 kind of tripping over each other off that top left-hand corner to try to get in position. Neither can find the ball as it bounces down off the ground far away from the 2 defenders. Well-placed strike from Vixa to increase the lead to 2.
I think that was because of the touch from Stellar, just off the wall. Stellar made a really important touch there to set up Vixa. I think it kind of sent 2 players of Siena into positions they didn't really want to be in. They were a lot tighter to each other than they should have been. I think that might have been what did it there. That touch from Stellar, who has had a really stellar series so far.
Living up to their namesake. Had the hat trick back in game 2 in that dominant victory. Definitely putting up some work here, and I agree. A lot of it's kind of the intangibles, forcing Siena into positions they really don't want to be in. Atlas,
good goal.
Oh,
that should fire them up. They need to use that goal. That goal could mean nothing in this series, right? Or it could mean everything. It depends on how the Siena team use it. Are they really missing Hombo? Because Hombo on this roster, a goal would get them fired up, right? Would get them, feeling in their usual groove.
You bet.
Are they missing that leadership? Because that goal should fire them up. That should bring it right back into potentially their grasp, right? This is an open series now for Siena after that one.
Oh no!
Oh wait, what?
Oh no! A touch from midfield that takes an awkward bounce off the ceiling. A great 50 from Stellar that was just well aimed, and oh my goodness, that
heartbreaking.
Hurts. That's heartbreaking for the Saints fans out there for sure.
I don't know what to think about that. I'm heartbroken. I'm genuinely upset about that. I am genuinely on the verge of tears. 3-1 though. It's doable. They still got to use that goal. They still got to use that momentum. They've got to get themselves together. They've got to use their individual quality. They've got to produce a magical moment from somewhere. Who's it going to be to step up? If they don't step up, this is Delaware series.
Six able to do some fancy footwork to get back in front of that ball after going to grab the boost. Was able to push it down, all the way down, as a matter of fact, trying to bounce it off the wall, gets up over one defender. Jobster's going up for it, and the ball is still dangling. Defense does push it aside, and now Stellar back on the attack. What a quick transition. What an outstanding goal.
I think that's it. Stellar's been terrific this series. Is that 3 again? Is that 3 goals again in game 3? Stellar's been terrific.
That move from Humanel. And yeah, and Stellar has been leading the charge. I was impressed by that double tap from Humanel off the wall. Everybody getting involved. Delaware's playing outstanding. Like
they're good today. Really sharp.
They are gunning for that RIT slot. They saw blow in the water with RIT losing yet another one. And I feel like they want top 5. They want to be in that conversation. 8th doesn't look good enough for them right now. They are performing at such an elite level.
They do more of this, they will be in the top 5. Guarantee that, boss guy. They do more of this, they are in the top 5. Siena is no pushover. We've seen that today. No. They've been sharp defensively until that. But, you know, Siena have been in this game for spells of it, but Delaware have taken the control completely of this series just by being slightly more aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, both teams kind of matching each other's tempo. Both teams playing a proactive play style. What did Delaware do? Just a small adjustment. We'll play more aggressive. We'll take more shots. And suddenly, that changes the control of the entire series.
We're looking at yet another 5-1 score line. 40 seconds remaining. And a match that I thought was going to be a lot closer between the history I've seen of these two outstanding squads. But no, a top-tier performance coming out of University of Delaware, making a huge statement to everybody else in the top 10 at EGF.
Yeah, it's an important statement as well. Today is the day to make one of those statements. Everyone's watching. These top-table teams, they're all in action. Montana, we saw them earlier. They were disappointing, but got the win. Siena, Delaware currently in action. We watched UTA and RIT earlier on the other stream. We've got UConn, Marquette, and we've got potentially even Northern Arizona later on today. A lot of the top teams are playing right now, and this is an important day to make your mark, and Delaware have done that.
A resounding mark indeed. 3-0. Incredibly clean play, particularly in games 2 and 3. It was looking close after game 1, and Siena were able to put up a few more shots, but despite 6 and the rest of the squad's best efforts, it is Delaware with a monstrous victory here today.
Yeah, a very important one. A very, very important one. You know what? That's a 3-0 series. They scored a lot more goals than Siena as well. Siena, scored 2 goals in that series as well.
Yeah,
it's not just an important win, it's a statement. It's a big statement as well, and it's an important day to do it. You know what? Watch Delaware. Overall. Watch Delaware. Watch Delaware at the end of the season.
I agree. This is definitely a team I'm keeping my eye on. But yeah, I was starting to say, 11-2 overall in goals. You're looking at, let's do a little math here, 36-10 in shots comparatively across the course of the series. This was incredibly one-sided. And again, Siena, no slouches, a strong team. Not quite able to put it together on offense. Offense kind of falling apart for Siena today. Delaware firing on all cylinders on all sides of the pitch.